Hey Mo,
Hey, Em.
how's it going?
Depressed.
Really, really, damn.
Sick of it all. Sad kicking in.
Is the weather all funky over by you? Is that part of it? You look like you in the sunshine.
It's sunny today. It
Oh,
was
I'm
rainy
jelly.
the past few days. What about you?
Something happened last night where it just the temp dipped. So we have like a high of 50, low of like 30, and it's cold outside, and we're about to get just rained on. It's the beginning of that for us. So
Ew. Oof. Well, at
yeah,
least you got
it tis what
some
it
snuggle
is.
buddy.
But it's sixth season. I feel like that's sixth season, and you don't want that.
Yeah. Everybody getting sick. I see a lot of masks out here.
Really? Huh.
Hmm.
Saw one or two yesterday, but
Not me.
it's also cuddle up on the couch and put on a good show. Get on your Netflix, find some shows. Do you have any shows you're watching? I need some shows.
I need some shows too. I think I'm watching 90 Day. It was almost over.
Oh,
Last Resort
mm,
and just finished. Well, finished Love is Blind. They're done.
yeah.
Did
Are
you
we talking about
watch?
Love is Blind? Yeah, let's talk about some Love is Blind. I hate watched because nothing still in my mind compares to season one. And I keep looking for like, am I gonna get that same feeling? Because Lauren and
It
Cameron, I
was
still have
new.
my heart. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
I'm like, oh, let's see what the other love stories are because people, I don't know. But so I hate watched it and then I got hooked after a couple seasons and then I had to follow through. So yes, I
yeah.
binge watched the heck out of that. What are your thoughts? What do you have any only one, what, three couples made it to like the honeymoon trip, right?
Right? I think
That's not a
that's
lot.
good.
But well, I guess, but it's not good for it doesn't make for good TV. I feel like it was boring as hell.
It was boring. It was so boring. The whole thing. They tried to make a big deal out of Lydia and Uche and Aliyah.
Oh,
But that
Lydia, Uche, and Aaliyah. Uh-huh.
was
So what
boring.
do you okay? Do you want to start there?
Sure. That was
I
like
mean,
the
because that's the
juiciest part
chunk.
of the whole
Yeah, the juice. The
baby
juicy.
Milton, 24-year-old.
I know. He the most mature, manliest one of everybody out there. If you haven't watched it, it's too bad because we're about to talk about all of it. We're gonna
All
spill
of it. But before we
it.
get into that, I feel like the smaller storyline is Izzy. Izzy and
uh
Johnny and Stacy love
Stacy.
triangle.
Yep.
And I felt like in the pods, I was rooting for Johnny,
Me
actually. Johnny,
too.
they seemed like they were having a connection. And then he wanted to go with the girl who wanted fun. He said, "Why don't you want to discuss like the important things?" She said, "No, we'll just have fun."
Yeah.
And then what happened at the end? The
Yeah, she
important
just
things came up and she couldn't deal with it.
money, money,
Johnny
money
tried to
too.
tell him that he had bad credit. Johnny tried to tell her he couldn't even get an apartment. She tried to tell her, Stacy.
Wait, did I miss that?
Yeah, she said it low key. She was like, he can't even get an apartment. His credit's so bad. Yes. She said that in the girls area.
Because I was wondering, because when it came up, I was like, why is this the first
Yeah,
time hearing of this?
it's
Okay, so
not
I
the
must have
first
missed that.
time. Yeah,
Dang.
Johnny knew. So
So
how
he
did Johnny
disclosed
know?
it to Johnny.
Hmm.
I feel like they had a real connection though. They shared deeper stuff. They talked about, being married before, being engaged before, the relationships and how that went and how they had that experience. And it seemed like he was feeling Johnny. And then
Hmm.
he went to go talk to Stacy and he did ask, why don't we get serious or whatever? Why aren't we? And then you know what happened though? There was a change in her. And then she
Hmm.
started to get emotional and I think she cried and she did something. He was like, oh, okay. So
Manipulation. Hmm.
yeah, because it's like, oh, why aren't we getting deeper? Okay, you want to go deep? Let's talk about this then. And she, gave him a little, gave him enough. And then Johnny, I think, got too serious. I
Yeah,
think with
scared him.
her ex.
And you could
Yeah.
tell he still cared because he brought it up at the end, like at the barbecue.
Yep.
And that let me know that Stacy and all of that was just a game. Like they were never going to be together. And he's
Yep.
always begging for her affection.
Yep.
I
And
just
there
knew it
was
wasn't.
there was a moment too after he and Johnny had let Johnny go. He goes
Mm-hmm.
back into the pod to talk to Stacy, and Stacy said something. He was looking for more vulnerability and intimacy, and she wasn't giving it. And you could see
Mm-hmm.
he put his hands over his face, like, oh, I made a mistake. Like you could tell he was like grappling with like, I just made a mistake. Um,
But
and
they
so he
made out of the
sucks
car.
because
So
I know, right? Which sucks though, because she cut what was his name? Chris? She cut him loose first for Izzy. Was it Chris? Who was that dude
yeah. Well, they
that
all
ended
got
up?
rectified
Yes,
at the
that
end,
word.
like
I can't with the word rectify. I don't know why, but
after
it
the
made me think.
show.
They sure did, probably. I don't know.
Ew.
I don't know. Let me stop.
Nasty.
I am nasty.
But after the
Yeah.
show, Izzy and they kept
Johnny.
running into the same bars. Like they just frequent the same places.
They're like, Houston is small. I'm like, is it?
Huge. No,
I know,
Houston's
but they were
huge,
like,
but
but
probably
like
the
it's
cool
smaller
area.
than you think. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
I was
small
like,
if you
is
want
it
to live in
really
the
that
cool
small? Y'all
areas.
trying to run into each other, please.
Exactly. It's all
Attractive young
fake.
people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
I
they
couldn't
met it.
stand Stacy. Something
Who's
about it, I was just
oh
like,
yeah.
I couldn't stand her. I don't think she treated him right. I think
Mm-mm.
she was, and he was a very emotionally vulnerable person, which I appreciate. I found that attractive, you know. You don't like bald men or whatever, but I thought that was. I mean, he was very expressive of his feelings.
It's
My
cute.
Why were they always teetering on blackout drunk? Though, like there were some times I was like, they are too drunk to be talking right. Like, why are we watching them? It's a mess. Their
That's part of
eyes
the
were all.
show.
I
You
know,
didn't
but
hear
it was
about the lawsuit?
bad. Yes, I did. The work conditions, all that stuff, but
And it's like everybody
yeah.
knows reality TV, they drink. Like that's every reality TV show.
But they
You
were
don't have to.
sloppy. They were
Yeah.
sloppy
And then you
though.
could hear it in their voices and
Yeah, and
Izzy
their
was
eyes and the
sloppy.
Izzy,
Yeah,
yeah, be
his
like,
eyes and
but I
voice.
feel, and it was like, and
Because
then
they can't be
okay,
vulnerable.
can we talk about the bullying part? Because I do feel like there was some jacked up stuff going on, and I was like, I don't know anybody who could justify the way that they came for Johnny at that barbecue. Stacy
That was
was so
weird.
petty. I feel like she was like childish almost. What's wrong with your face? She was
And she
saying.
wasn't even talking to her. That was
She
about
wasn't
Uche
looking
and
at.
them.
Yeah. So it was just
Yeah.
weird. And even Izzy was like, Stacy, come on, like, chill out. But she just came for her, like, I don't know.
Because she saw it as a game. She just wanted to win. And then once she won, she didn't want it anymore. Oh, it's not exciting anymore. I can throw this away.
There
And he
is,
was
yeah, there's always one
devastated.
of those. I feel like there's always one of those
Yeah.
that's there for the game. Yeah.
For the game, they're just to win. Yeah.
Yeah.
She knew
Mm.
she was never going to marry him. And then
Because she
she
likes
said,
older men with money, and he is younger
yeah,
and don't have any money.
broke. Well, he's not even broke. He just has bad credit.
Yeah. I mean, which is basically it should be in this,
Yeah, he can't get
it might as
anything.
well be broke, you know?
Yeah.
But that sucks. But that's also a big secret you don't keep from somebody. I feel like.
She wanted fun. That's what happens when you want fun.
Fun, fun,
And you
fun.
don't focus on like, and I feel like that's something like even in my own life I looked at, and it's hard to get past that limerence stage, that first stage of all of the chemicals and everything.
Butterflies,
That's
yeah.
the fake shit. Like once
Yeah.
that dies down, I'm curious though, because Izzy said something about what did he say? He said that he tried to overlook looks. And I'm like, what did he mean by that? Like
With Stacy?
with Stacy, he said he didn't care about looks. He tried to overlook her looks. And it's just like, is he trying to low-key throw shade that she
I'm
ugly?
not, I mean, we're supposed to be for the girls, but she awfully confident in that thong bathing suit on the beach.
Right? I mean, she got a nice body, butterface. That's what she got. She got a
Well,
strong face.
the Reddits were going after her though, because she got a strong face. She does makeup tutorials and they're like, she can't even blend. Like people were like calling her out for her stuff. You know,
Yeah.
she's awfully confident. And I feel like we all know that type. Super confident, comes from,
with that support,
daddy pays all that stuff. Yeah, yeah,
With that
yeah.
support, I'd be confident too. Daddy gonna come and say today.
And then she gets sugar daddies too. You know, it sounds like that's what she's used to. And he called her out on that at the end. Was like, I'm sorry, I'm not some 45-year-old, blah, 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 whatever. I don't know. That was never gonna work. I knew that was never gonna work. So whatever.
Whatever.
I was disappointed in the Taylor and JP piece because it's like they seemed cute, like they were a little country, like all-American couple, whatever. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be cute. This is gonna be cute little love story. And then they get to Mexico, and it was just like, I think he said later in he was like nervous. And I wonder, like, even in their private moments, was he nervous?
Yeah, apparently she was done.
I mean, she was trying, and he was just like, you could tell. And I think there's been a couple seasons where there have been people who are like, I can't handle these cameras. Like, it's just too much. And so I wonder, it kind of makes me sad. But that's
it made me mad that he tried to. What?
Oh, her face. Yeah. Oh, I said that's what you sign up for, cameras and stuff.
Exactly. He tried to make it about makeup, that she had makeup on, and I'm like, okay, this is not making sense. You're literally not talking. It's like talking to a piece of wood. Like that's what it was like.
Poor girl. I mean, she was trying too. She would like say stuff and then just look at him like, and she would try to carry the I'm sure you can relate. She was trying to carry the conversation.
I ain't trying to carry shit. Yeah, I'm over it.
But I mean, not
People can't have
the
a conversation
return.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
But
sucks.
it's sad. Maybe he just
It
wasn't
is sad.
attracted. He wasn't
Yeah.
attracted to her
And he just
for
didn't know how
whatever
to say
reason.
it.
She was cute. Yeah, I don't know.
I just wish, like, sometimes I wish I could go on a show like that because I feel like if you sign up for it, then like the only thing that I could think of that would make me not attracted to someone where I wouldn't even want to try is this hygiene. Like if they had fucked up teeth or something or stank.
It's
Or
always
like
15.
shitty,
Well, she
shitty
said
ass.
she's like, he's got a gap. He's got a gap. She even mentioned she was willing to get, she was like, that's okay though, because I love him.
Yeah.
I don't
They don't
know.
be loving nobody. They don't know what love
Uh,
is.
I feel bad for Aaliyah. That's who I feel bad
I
for.
don't.
I feel bad for her. She was a little too naive,
Yeah, they
I
were
feel
all
like.
naive, I feel.
But I mean, I think about her and I'm like, okay, you're a ICU nurse. You got a head on you. You know what I mean? You're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
What? I mean, maybe because I could see Uche. I don't know. But the way he spoke, he was very condescending, very I don't know if this is a thing, overly articulate, like trying to prove something the way he was speaking. He was a lawyer, so maybe that's part of it too. And then I didn't find him attractive at all. And then he just seemed
I
like
like Uche.
he seemed like an asshole from jump,
I think he
like
was
very judgy.
Yeah, I think he was because he wanted her to be vulnerable, and then he was hiding stuff about himself, and then
A whole
he made
bunch of
her feel
stuff.
insecure. Yeah, he made her feel insecure, and then she didn't
Lydia
trust.
messy. I wouldn't
Yeah,
either. She's messy. Why are you saying,
yeah.
oh, we slept together 3 months ago? Oh, that's
Mm-hmm. Oh, he
nobody's
has a
business.
Tesla. Oh, his house is
His
fat.
dog. I bought his dog this.
Mm-hmm.
But it's his favorite color is blue. And but you don't do that. If you're truly someone's friend, you don't give that. You don't make it seem like I've got one up on you because I have this connection with him. And she kept saying,
That's
I didn't understand
toxicity.
it at first because she kept saying, because I am you. I see myself
Mm-hmm.
in you. And I was like, this bitch crazy.
She
Like
is
when she was
crazy,
talking like that, that was nuts.
and
But
she
he's
ended up
crazy
being.
too. We're finding out they're both crazy. Like, why is he coming to the barbecue stirring up old shit? Let it be. Like, let it be. If you're over
He
it.
said it was the production. You know how they always say that. He said it was the production. He said that the reason why he didn't show up to the finale was because he had to go to Mexico to close a business deal to get 200. What was it? 200 ad revenues or something. And so he had to close that deal because it would double his net worth of his company
Oh,
or something like
please. I don't buy it.
that.
I don't
I
buy it.
believe him. And he said
I
after
don't.
watching it, he said
I don't
after
believe
watching,
anything he says. You and I probably on the opposite ends. I don't believe anything he says.
yeah,
He
I,
looks like
I
he's.
agree with him. I mean, I like him because I feel like he can be misunderstood. And I think Lydia is fucking crazy. And I don't think he was
Yeah,
lying about
I
that.
think she's fucking crazy for sure.
Yeah, I think she was looking at people's story, how stalking him and
But
all
you don't
that.
look at people's stories.
If you're going in, if I'm going into a guy's I like and looking at his girl's stories, that's psycho.
But then
Like looking at all the
but then she also said, we dated for X amount of time. We follow the same people. We have a lot of like, I feel like
She was following the same people. She sounded like a stalker.
but they knew the same people.
Did they, or did she start following them afterwards?
But I feel like if you are truly over it and you're like, she's whatever, like, why are you, I don't know. And I don't know how much is production, but he's brought receipts. I got screenshots for this. I got to tell you, blah, blah, blah. Like, why? And it seems like one of those people who has to prove, I got to prove something for this, and this. Like, you didn't come here for Lydia. You came here for somebody else. And so you still showing up for Lydia. Well, that wasn't proven. Because some of what Aaliyah was saying was, I don't know that he didn't come for her.
Well, what he said in the after, like, because he was interviewed by E Entertainment afterwards, and he was saying that he doesn't know, or she may have seen, that he auditioned. He said that the producers told them not to say anything, and so it's like, what would happen if they said something at first? And I think they even asked Aaliyah that in the finale, like, would it have changed anything?
Yeah, because they weren't allowed to say anything.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know what else makes me think about this is like TV is messy. Like, what if they had interviews or whatever, and they're like, oh, let's do it. Let's put them in here and see what happens. See if they find each other since they've been together before. So, but I mean, obviously, she, Lydia and Milton's still together. So, I mean.
But I don't know. That's P. I feel like that's P. He P whipped. I mean,
so?
he got that.
Hundreds and thousands and millions of men are P whipped. How you think people get together. Like it's not all just
Exactly.
intellectual companionship or whatever. You know, a lot
Exactly.
of
So
it is
we'll see
physical.
how long
And
that
but
lasts.
but it wasn't just P Whip though, because they had a connection. They have the same interests. They have the like he was very interested in her. I mean,
Her
she's a smart woman.
gemology, yeah,
I mean,
geology.
they have that in common.
Mhm.
They're both nerds. It seemed like the age, if the age wasn't a thing, you could see how they would be together. Um, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look like it makes sense, but it makes sense. And if
I
they
don't
stay
know
together, then
because
that's that.
her behavior, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I remember when he took her out to dinner, she didn't even, it could have been production again. He had all these rocks and everything. You know, he was trying to
Uh-huh.
show her he was
Yeah,
interested in her background as a geologist or whatever. And she was
yeah,
just like, thank you. You know, like she didn't even care.
yeah.
And
Who
then she
knows what
ran
the
off.
editing looks like? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
then they
that's
got in a
again,
fight. But they had to show the drama before decision day, before the wedding, right? Because everybody had some kind of funky date argument, whatever, like Izzy and the plane, and then they got at the table and they started fighting, and that's when the money stuff came up, I think. So everybody, it seems like before wedding day, before decision day, they have to show some drama. So you're left wondering,
yeah.
like what's gonna
I don't
happen
feel like
here.
anybody was wondering for Milton because he ain't really got no options probably in real life.
But he's young and he's
Exactly.
tall.
This is probably his first wife. Who knows?
First wife, damn.
Right now she's still in Houston and he's in LA. So let's see how they do long distance.
Yeah.
Family loves her. So I feel like, that's why I side with Uche because production does try to make things look spicy. They tried to make it look like his family wasn't for her at all. And you could see at the wedding how happy his family was. That
Yeah.
wasn't, they were happy. And I don't think they would have been happy if they didn't like Lydia at all.
But here's the thing then. So if that's the case, I mean, what if they're making her out to look crazy? And I hate that because that's a
Could
common
be.
trope is like, oh, the crazy ex, whatever. But it just because she seemed very C-word, you know, like I'm
She
ready for
is, I
someone to
think.
love me and accept me, whatever. I mean, who knows what she's gone through, whatever. So
She
I
would have
think she
gone with
found,
anybody who liked her. Izzy
yeah.
didn't want
Well,
her. Uche didn't want her.
listen,
So she went to
all
the
of
only
them,
one who wanted her.
all
Nobody
of
wanted
them.
her ass but Milton.
Oh my goodness, all of them would have gone with whoever would have taken him. Look at Johnny thirsty ass. I'm sorry I threw you away, Chris, but
Johnny
try to
didn't
come
want
back.
Chris. Oh, yeah. She tried to come back. And they did. They dated, and Chris
Yeah,
jumped her at the
yeah. And
end.
then she
So he
went to
cheated on
Izzy.
her.
Yep. So
And
they're
then
all a
Izzy,
mess.
she made out
Anybody
with
going
Izzy
on
and
a show
everything.
like this, I feel like, has to have some issues. Like if
Would
you're gonna
you?
go on
Okay.
a show like this and just be like, I'll marry whoever on the other side of this wall. I don't care. What?
Do you think Chris ever got over being chosen second?
No. How do you do that? How do you get over that? There is no getting over that. You've already shown your cards and told me I'm not what you want, but you'll settle for me. So if you stick around and allow yourself to be settled for, no, he never got over that. And that's why he didn't even give her the time of day. He found somebody else and straight moved in with her and was with
Yeah, I
her,
feel like
period.
I feel like he should have never even tried to date her because he was so hurt from that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you can't get over that, then don't waste your time trying to date her because that's always going to be
You
in the
can't come
background, which it
back.
was.
You can't come
So
back.
he's
There's
got
certain
to hurt
things.
her.
Yeah, there's certain
Probably
things you
made him,
can't come
but
back.
they're still
But then they
friends.
look like they're, yes. What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool, Izzy. You
And
can
then
make
they're
out
being
with her. It's
so
cool. We're
rude.
fine. Yeah. So weird.
They were being so rude, talking over Stacy and stuff. Like, I don't like Stacy, but you don't have to disrespect her
They
like
probably
that.
give it. Well, I mean, the way they did Johnny, I
Yeah.
I have no nothing for Stacy's the type of girl I hate. I love to hate. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I know a lot of Stacy's, and
Ugh.
she can
Just
dish
get
it.
away with
She go get
everything.
upset. Yes. And then what was that dress? I was like, her dress about
Thrown
to
in.
slip. Please tell me it was taped because I was like, she about to have a nip slip. Like we about to see some stuff. Her
And
itty
they tried
bitties
to
look like
play
they're
us. They
gonna
were
come
all,
out.
Izzy kept
Holding
touching
her,
her thighs like,
and he's with
what the hell?
somebody. Why you got your
Yeah.
hands
And
on
so
her
was she.
legs? And he
Did
got
they?
if you've seen on their Instagram, the girl that he went on that cooking show or cooking date with, they got
Mhm.
matching tattoos that say yes chef on it.
Oh,
So it's
God.
serious. It
That's
must be
codependent.
either serious or like stupid young people getting tattoos with people who have
Yeah.
no whatever. But so I mean he posted her. So it's official. And it's a
And he
Stacy,
tried
it's
to,
a Stacy dupe. She looked just like Stacy.
of course. Is he black? Like, I don't know. Is he half black? Like, I can't tell because he bald headed.
No, I think is he what Argentina? I don't know why I'm thinking Argentina. I don't know.
His mom is
I don't
something. I
know.
don't know. He met his dad, but his dad died, I think.
Yeah, or
I'm sure I
something.
haven't looked at his page. Let's see. I want to see this
I don't
girl.
know. Latin. I don't know that he's got. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
that's it.
know.
It could be anything.
Yeah, everything's
Izzy
sprinkled in
Zapata. He
there.
comes up automatically when you
Zapata.
put Izzy.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
was
I can't tell
cute.
what he is, Middle Eastern.
I wanted him to find somebody. The last name is has like Latin. It's so I don't know. Who knows?
She's
But
cute. This is a blonde girl. Yeah.
yeah, they're cute. It's on brand for him. For what
Yeah. Just a
so
blonde, big-headed girl. All right.
big headed girl.
Look.
I've seen. I can't see.
Oh,
You gotta put your hand behind it or something.
okay.
It's blurred.
Aw. They look cute together
Yeah,
though.
happy. Happy.
He has
She don't
nice
care about
teeth.
his
He has
credit.
nice teeth.
Yeah, he's
Right?
fit.
She got credit alone.
So, I mean, I don't know. I always think it's weird. I forgot who it was. There was a firefighter. I think he was I don't know. He was black, Afro Latino. I don't know what it was. Remember on a previous, was it Married at First Sight or was it
Oh,
uh
yes, the dark skin guy.
yeah,
Everybody
bald.
loved him. The other lady tried to date
Yeah.
him
And
afterwards.
then the
Yeah.
woman, no, and the woman he was paired with though was very money conscious. I mean, she was able to support
Yes.
herself, whatever, hot brand names, this, that. And I feel like whenever you have somebody who is he seemed like a very humble, loving, emotionally
Hmm.
vulnerable person. Same with
Cute
Izzy.
too.
Same with Izzy. And then I feel like they, for some reason, are always maybe gravitate towards that type of woman who's materialistic. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. Like, if you like nice things, that's what you like, whatever. But they don't go well together because their priorities are so different. And I think that's what was the problem with Stacy and Izzy too. Mm.
Izzy, I feel like, was trying to prove something because he kept saying he didn't feel like he was good enough. He knew she didn't think he was good enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you're going to try and prove if somebody's repeatedly putting it in your face that you're not. Like,
This
it
is why I'm
seemed,
single, man. I don't
yeah, but
understand.
it's, I mean, he fell in love with her, supposedly, if we're believing what they're saying. And to have her say, well, this isn't good enough, you're going to keep trying to say, okay, I can do that. I can be that. I can help, don't worry about me. Don't have concerns about me. We're okay. And I don't
Mhm.
know that that's a bad thing. It's just he's trying to reassure, I think,
If you're
reassure
constantly
her.
not good enough, you already, it was a bad
No,
thing.
that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing if you're constantly not good enough. But the desire to reassure your partner that
Yeah,
we're
that's
okay should
fine.
be okay. But I do think
But
that
all the
she
time,
was, yeah. Oh no, yeah, definitely. And then he was crying in the bathroom. I was like, God dang,
yeah,
what is you doing to this
there's no
man?
way
Just leave him
I would let
alone.
somebody treat me like that. Like, first time, we're getting to know each other. There are things that aren't going to click. I got to learn you. You got to learn me. I'm willing to change and sacrifice. But every goddamn thing is the greatest thing. I'm sorry.
Except
I
for the
can't
size of
turn it,
his boop boop boop. She was real
right?
happy to say that. I was like, why are we
Right? He
announcing
got
that?
black in him. Let me see.
But
Because again, she won. And it's like part of her winning. She got the thing she wanted.
the attractive guy with the this, and she's, that's sad.
I hate
That's
people.
sad.
Are,
Yeah.
are you watching The Golden Bachelor? I haven't even watched that.
No, everybody, my mom's watching, my brother's watching it, people are watching
Oh,
it, but I'm just like, I don't like The Bachelor. I don't like the
same.
idea of all these women, just thirsty ass women. And I definitely don't want to see a whole bunch of 60 and 70-year-old thirsty ass women going after, like, I don't need to see that. What are we doing?
Right?
I know there's a different demographic. That's fine. Whatever. That show is not for me. So I'm not watching it.
Same. I was done with it years ago.
Me too. I can't, I hate it. And then they just, the cattiness, the pettiness. I don't like the idea of multiple people dating one person and you're supposed to
Hmm.
be living in the same house, okay with it. Like, it's just, I know it's kind of the same thing with Love is Blind, but this is like overt. We all know who this person is. We have group dates with this one man. Like that, it just feels
Yeah.
disgusting. Oh, can I have
I
private time?
can
Can we
do
go
it.
talk? And then they go one on, like, I don't know.
That's where you get a lot of those people who are like, I want to win. And they're not really in it for it.
Yeah.
They want to win. They want that rose. That's it.
Well, that makes a person more attractive too. Oh, more people. It's like scarcity. It's like economics or whatever. Like, this commodity, this thing is scarce. So now I
Yeah.
want it more. I will do
Mhm.
more for it, even if I don't value whatever the heck it is. Like, because there's only one of it, I gotta have it. That's gross.
He's got to have it.
That's gross. And then it doesn't work. And you wonder why. Because you wake up and you're like, damn, you aren't that special.
Exactly. Like, oh,
Just
they
like
have one
everybody
now.
else.
It's kind of like people, like they say about weddings, like they spend the whole time thinking about the wedding and not the marriage. Oh, let's put
Yep.
on the show and
Wedding
everything.
is one day. Not
Shout
even.
out
It's
to
a couple
Broken
hours.
Traditions, recently
Oh,
married. One of my
congrats.
favorite
Congratulations.
listeners, congrats. And if you check out Broken Traditions YouTube page, you'll see a good video on, how he got married the way he did, and it was for him and his wife. And I feel like
Beautiful.
that is beautiful. So few people do that. It's more about everybody else than
Yeah, we just talked about that in the
people
last
who
episode.
today.
Yep.
Yeah, than the two people today is for. So I don't know.
Congratulations.
Congrats. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like Lydia and Milton, I don't see it long term. I don't see them growing old. I think that'll be his starter
I don't see
wife.
anybody growing old. I'm waiting for Cam and Lauren to break up when they get bored. Like, I
Right.
don't see that long
I
term
don't I
either.
feel like that's a business deal. They so
Yeah,
dry.
yeah.
I feel
It
like
is
they're just
business. They're
looking at the
making
money.
money and yeah,
Yeah. But good for
yeah.
them. I'm
But
not mad at it.
I mean, do what you got to do. Who was it? Milton's mom was like, you got to look at a marriage like a business.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been married for 40
The
years or
question,
however many years.
you're
What?
married. I have a question. Why
I
do some
am. I am.
what's the difference? Like, why don't people just start a business together? Why do they get married? Why don't they just start a business together?
Well, there is a interpersonal, like emotional component to it. Like you and I can start a bit, we started this endeavor together,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if you wanted to be like, I'm
Deuces.
out, my feelings wouldn't be hurt. I
Yeah.
would be like, okay, I guess it's run its course, whatever. But I think a marriage might be different. Some people approach marriage in that way too. Oh, okay, it's run its course. Okay, it's done. But I think there's a different, commitment
It's a legal
level.
status, right? So you're considered one person. Like, how does it
Yeah.
work?
Yeah.
And then like you don't have to. How does it work? Remember in law school, it's something like you don't have to testify against them, or
Yeah, there's
sometimes.
protections. It's a protected, you become one unit.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't have to, we don't have to testify against each other. I mean, I don't know who's committing crimes or whatever. I'm allowed anywhere he is. If he's in the hospital, I don't have to prove something. That's something different
Yeah.
between a domestic partnership and a marriage. A lot of things, like I can go pick up his prescription medication, like just
Yeah.
things. Like I don't know.
That
It
sounds
is. It's
convenient. Like,
working as it is. I feel like it is convenient.
yeah.
Um,
Because I know in New York State, just because you're married doesn't mean that your stuff automatically goes to your spouse. You still have to make a will in New York.
oh, well, that's New York. I don't know. Most places it does. Community property and all that.
Fun times. But yeah, it's interesting because I don't know. I teeter on both sides of marriage. Like, it's this
It's not for
sacred thing,
everybody.
but then also it's something that you could just get out of. Like, it's not, like when it has run its course. So I don't know. I see both sides of it.
Yeah.
And
I don't think people regard marriage in the same way that it used to be. And so I think it depends on your mindset. Like if you are more of the old school, if you have a religious tradition or faith that guides that, or if you go into it with the mindset of, hey, we're going to do this for as long as we can do it. That's a different mindset than this is till death do us part. So whatever shit comes up, we just gonna have to get through it. Like I can hate you for 5 years, but we're here. So there's different, there's different, and I'm not saying one is the right way or whatever, but I also think it's not the right. I mean, arranged marriages were a thing. And for a long time it worked, but I feel like this TV arranged marriage situation adds a different component with different cultural values, different whatever, and it's not working.
Have you started Married at First Sight?
Not yet.
Oh.
What city are they in?
Denver.
Ooh, Menver.
So this is the first time they have somebody walking out. Like, I can't wait to see.
Like when they see the other person, they're like, no,
yeah, can't do it. Can you imagine?
I think I saw the trailer for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all they show.
Oh, yeah. I saw that guy. The guy, and he's eccentric. Hair, he has kind of like skin
he got
stuff.
That Edward James
Yeah. Edward James almost. The little skin issue. Yeah. He had a little flair to him. I think he had like a velvet suit, or he had something. He had some flavor. Dang.
Yeah. There's another guy. They're two queer people together. Like,
really? I don't think I've seen that before.
Cis man and cis woman, but they're both queer. Oh. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
And it's interracial as well. So we'll see how that goes.
You don't see too many of the interracial matchups.
Mm-mm.
I'm curious about that.
They had that one half like interracial, I guess, on Married
half
at First
interracial.
Sight. Yeah, because her dad was black, and then her dad was white, and she was married to a white guy, and she didn't even try, that young girl, and she was the one who tried to date that firefighter from the other season, the Hispanic guy. on
It's
Married
too
at First
many.
Sight.
It's too many. Too
Too
many.
many. But it's
Yeah,
like, why do we
married at first
such
sight,
high
something
stakes?
else. It's
Yeah, it's
entertainment.
good. We can talk about that too. But why is it such high stakes, like relate other people's relationships? Who cares? Like, why do we get all like, oh my God, I can't
Because
believe
life
like
is boring.
true
Okay.
that. True
Life is
that.
just the same, monotonous. We're on that rat wheel. You know what I mean? And it's, your drama is probably the same drama that's going to be the same drama
Mhm.
tomorrow.
Or you have no
So,
life like me.
yeah, well, I mean, who does? Who has a life? I feel like it's all, again, produced and curated and made for the socials. So you think that people out there living, they're not doing anything.
Mhm.
Ain't nobody doing anything. Okay. They're doing
Right.
laundry, sitting on their ass watching Love is Blind. That's what's happening.
I feel like for me, I don't know how to interact with people. So,
Mm-mm.
like with as far as dating and stuff. So it's interesting to see like how people interact and the things that I'm just looking at, like, hell no. No wonder I'm single because I ain't doing that. And it's
It's a
like kind of
game.
like
It is a
it's
game.
yeah, it's like the bird's eye view, I guess. And then with the Real Housewives and stuff, that gives me the toxicity, like, ugh. So we don't have
Mm-hmm.
to live it, but we can still get it through watching these shows.
Yeah, I do think it is these shows just show you that it's a game, and
Yeah,
it's
Love is
it's kind
not
of like,
blind. Also.
no, it's not, because you can
Uche
get to
even
know
said
people. Go ahead. What? Uche? I want
Uche
to know more
even
about
said
Uche.
that he knew what Aaliyah looked like. Like she told him what she
How?
looked like.
Oh, they weren't supposed to
Yeah,
do that though.
she told him what she looked like and everything. And he told her, and he said that because his name was Uche, everybody had an idea what he looked like anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's like what's his face from the last season? Soccer
oh,
player
yeah,
from
I like him.
Portland.
Turn of the Mac. I forgot his name.
Return of
Chemo.
the I don't know, chemo. No, but yeah. And his name was like Alex or something like that, but he went by something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aliche something. Yeah, and he
Yeah.
was with the blonde girl. They're
Mm-hmm.
cute.
Yeah. And they're together still.
Yeah, they seem to be
So we'll
happy
see.
together, and she didn't mind being second place. See, I love it.
You know who else is together? Barnett and what's her face? Amber, no, what's her name? Amber? What's her name?
I don't
From the
remember
first
Barnett.
the first season.
Mm.
Jessica was always after trying to get him, and he would marry that brunette
The old lady was trying to get him right. The
from
older
camp.
lady.
Yeah. Oh, the old yeah, the blonde.
Mm. I don't. I
Yeah.
barely remember.
Barnett and I forgot her name, but I mean they're still together, so I mean it can work if you want to make it work.
Yeah,
So
exactly. It's just meant
I
to
don't
when
know.
it's meant to be. There's no, and that's why people piss me off because they try to say, "Oh, there's
Oh,
no formula." Like, oh, you can't be this, and
it's
like
age. Yeah.
for me, I've gained weight here or there, like around, and I gained
Haven't
in
we
weight
all?
again. And they'll be like, "Oh, you can't meet anybody." Then I go out in the world and I see a bunch of fat ass people on dates.
Not
So
fat
it's just
ass.
holding hands.
There's somebody, whatever you
Somebody
got,
for
somebody's into
everybody.
it. Somebody's
Yep.
into it.
I saw a guy making his bed with no legs, and he said, "You know why this my bed
What
is
the
for me?
fuck?
Because my part." I was
Where is
like,
this going? It's a man making a bed with no legs.
his partner. He said his partner messed up the bed, and his partner usually makes up the bed, but he had to leave early that day, and he wanted to chill in the bed. So it's just like there's no formula. You
What
can
are
think
you
you have everything
watching?
on paper. This is just an IG thing. You can think you have everything on paper, but that's it. You don't
Yeah,
know
paper ain't shit. There's
exactly
pheromones and chemistry and
that shit. That's the
awkwardness.
real
Yeah.
shit. And it's something that's why I don't like the dating app world because in reality, I usually like people I would never like. And I'm like, why do I like this person? I would never like them
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't
Yeah,
have
it's
like
a
the
vibe.
interaction.
It's a
Yeah, the
vibe.
vibes.
Vibes.
Got that. Oops. Can't sing that one.
That's such a word, though. That's such a word that encompasses so many different meanings, but everybody understands what it is. Like,
Yeah.
hey, vibe check. Let's see how the room, what's going on. Oh, we know what we're checking for. Or like, you
Yep.
gotta have a vibe. You gotta vibe with somebody. Or this place is the wrong vibe for our party. Okay, like it's just I
Yes.
love it. I love that word. It's just
I'm big on the vibes.
it's everything. It's everything. So important.
Exactly.
And how can you vibe through a wall, though? Can you vibe through a wall?
No, I don't
Love
believe
is
in that
blind?
stuff. I like Married at First Sight. I believe in like I
Well,
believe
because
if
you're
you
coming up to them.
yeah you
And
should
it's energy.
yeah you should at least give it a chance. But for something through a wall is the same reason I don't believe in talking on the phone and all. I don't
Long
believe in that
distance.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be talking to you on the phone for a month before I meet you. Then I done built up this whole thing, and then I meet you, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, and you imagine what
Give me
they
them
smell like,
pheromones
how tall
and
they are
yeah,
compared to you, yeah, and then you meet them and they're 4 inches shorter than you and
yeah.
stink.
Or
Mm.
that's the opposite. You're looking at them and you're like, oh, you're 4 inches shorter than me and you stank. And then you meet them and it's like, oh my God,
Ooh, he
this
smelled
person is
good.
great.
Yeah.
Smells good, witty, funny, so there's no
Hmm.
formula.
Tis what it is. I don't know.
Is what it is.
I'll keep watching The Love Is Blind. They keep making it. I'll keep watching it.
Same and ultimatum and all that shit. I'm gonna watch it
Ooh,
all.
give it to me. Okay.
All right, Bookie Bear.
All right. Well, let me know if you come across some new shows because I am in the market for some new shows.
I'm telling you, last resort, 90 day.
I got to start from the beginning. Hmm.
All
All
right.
right. Okay.
Love you.
Love you
Bye.
too. Bye.